Obviously, it's good to have the first regular season one under our belt. I think we saw some good things from a variety of guys. I think I saw a little bit of freshman first-time regular season game moments at certain times, but you know, happy with how we were able to adjust and catch ourselves and recollect at times when we got a little ragged, got off track at specifically the start of the second half, and but some good things. A lot of things we'll be able to learn from. Obviously, we got a very quick turnaround to prepare in one day for a very good Yale team. So we'll have to learn quickly from tonight and prepare tomorrow for what happens on Sunday.
Coach, obviously when you make 60% of your shots, it's going to mask a lot of problems. What did you see tonight, other than slow bits in the first half, that you guys can take away from this to work on?
Well, there was several things defensively we'll clean up and look at on film. There were several things offensively. So 13 turnovers, we got to get some of those cleaned up. We had a lot of shots around the rim where we didn't finish at times. Missed some guys, had some miscommunication at times. So there's going to be a litany of things. It won't be one specific thing. It's going to be a laundry list of things that we'll have to look at and see why and try to get better at it.
Gennaro? Greg, obviously just one game, but how important was it for Andy and Brevin to have the kind of nights they had in their opening night in the season? Well, you know, more will be expected of them this year.
Yeah, I think, you know, they both obviously are very good shooters. So they were opportunistic in terms of finding themselves open. I thought the team did a good job of finding those guys. Obviously, Andy, at his size, is specifically in the perimeter, his ability to pass and then look over and shoot over people. And then Brevin, too. I thought Brevin practiced pretty well the last couple of days, so I was kind of expecting that he would play well. But there's several things for both of them we gotta get better at, specifically on the defensive end where we can clean up and callous up. I still think we need to grow a lot from a physical standpoint of how we approach offenses and being a little bit more dominating physically. Something that hopefully will grow as this group gets a little older.
Jeff?
Greg, you mentioned the turnovers. For stretches, though, did you see good ball movement and, I guess for the most part, decisions leading to open shots?
Yeah, we did. We had some pretty good looks, specifically against their zone, which we thought we'd see some zone. We haven't done a ton of prep against it, but I think once we got a feel, and that's usually against the zone, it's a matter of getting a feel. Hopefully you're not turning it over while you're trying to get that feel and get in a rhythm. But I thought we did a pretty good job, specifically with our 4s and 5s, working the high-low and hitting each other, flashing. And then, obviously, guys around the perimeter knock down shots. And that puts a lot of pressure on a defense when you've got to cover two bigger guys, work in the paint, and then have some guys that are able to knock down and make plays from the perimeter.
Jesse?
Greg, Ethan and Andy obviously had very good games tonight. Do you still feel like you're trying to find more consistency off the bench from the rest of your front court players, and how do you evaluate how you want to use those guys moving forward?
Well, I think, you know, I look at Andy's numbers, and I know he has 18 and 8, and I think he played very well. So, you know, there'll be things we'll look at and things that we demand that we want him and others to get better at. At times it's matchups, what I see defensively. It's what we need to execute and who's executing what we're trying to do offensively. So there's a variety of reasons why I use guys in positions the way I do and then rotate them through. Some of it's I judge fatigue, so guys we have to get some fresh bodies in there. I thought Andy was rolling there in the second half, but I could tell he was getting tired, more and more tired. So, you know, there's a lot of things. We're still, even though we had 8 exhibition games, so to speak, we got a lot to learn and a lot of areas we can grow in. And obviously, hopefully from every game, we take steps forward.
Jim?
Greg, piggybacking off of that, you were shuffling through guys at the 4 spot. Did Andy just need to sit and watch for a little while and calm down a bit, or what?
Yeah, I think there's, you know, I think sometimes with young players and maybe in general in this generation, consistent play or energetic play is so tied and so attached to whether the ball goes in for you or not, or whether you have something positive happen on the offensive end. And we've tried to emphasize that your game can't be hitched to, in terms of what you can do for your team, can't be attached to whether or not you make shots. Because sometimes the ball's not going to go in for you. Some days you're not going to get shots. there are other ways, defensively, on the glass, passing the ball. There's so many other ways you can help this team or help a team, and it's not just Wisconsin specific. I think that's universal. How can you be an impact that doesn't always involve you scoring a lot of points? And we're still trying to grow through and find how we can do that when it doesn't involve scoring. So that's something we're continuing to look for. The one that probably does it more than any in terms of impacts the game when he doesn't score is Ethan. Why does he do that? He's the most experienced guy. So other guys are starting to get it and figure it out, but we've got to get more of the masses into that mindset.
Greg, how do you think Khalil played tonight with 4 turnovers and take a shot attempt in his 22 minutes?
Yeah, I think he's, I know what he can do. I know what he can do defensively. This team is going to have a variety of scorers. So there's going to be some nights when it's going to be him, as it has been in some of the exhibitions. There's going to be nights when it's other guys. So I think that's the unique thing, and hopefully will be a major weapon for this team, is that we have multiple guys and we don't have to be dependent on one person or a couple people. So I think we have the ability to spread it around a little bit, and whoever happens to find themselves in the right spot at the right time can be their night.
Anything else for Coach? All right. Thanks,
All
Greg.
right. Thank you.